Hello guys, in this tutorial we are working on a weapon system that will synchronize into Mirror. So right now we can push the set and then it disappear and next it will come back. So first go into scripts and make a combat, make a new script folder, call it weapon, and we're gonna make a new script in here, call it weapon. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna delete all of this and write using Unity engine, and then we're gonna make a namespace, RPG, combat, that, and we're gonna make some brackets, and then we will say create asset menu file name equals to weapon, and then the menu name is equal to weapon slash make new weapon, and order is equal to 0. So right now we are making it a bit easier for us to make weapons further on in the tutorial. Public class, weapon, and scriptable object like that. And then we are going to make a public animator override, which is a new thing we are going to work with. My weapon override. We want the animation to change depending on what weapon we are holding, which we will use an animator overrider for. Instead of keep working inside the animator, we can just override some of the animation that will change depending on what we are holding in the hands. And we will use a public game object, which be the weapon prefab we just did. And we're just gonna set it to nil. And then we will have a public void spawn, and we will say transform hand transform, which is the area where we hold it, and an animator, we will call it animator, which is for changing the animator. Then we say instantiate weapon prefab at the hands transform, and then we're gonna say animator dot runtime controller equals to my weapon override. So that was the first part we needed to do. We can just go into our Unity project again, go into prefabs, go into weapon, right click. Now you can see there's a weapon, create new weapon, say two-handed, and then you will take the weapon prefab, put in there, and then we need to make a animator overrider control like this, and then you have to say what kind of animators is it supposed to change, and it will be the player controller. So you can see we override all of these animation clips, and we will probably override the idle or the slash, kind of depending on what you're using. So if you go from shield to bow and stuff like that. So for now, we just put it in there, and then we need to make another script under combat. We will call it this is will be our first script in how to change equipment change, and we will open it up, and we're going to use mirror since we have to like sync this with the other players in the game. So we are using mirror, we are using RPG combat, RPG combat, and we're gonna make a, let's see, gonna make a public enum, public enum, which is the types of weapon we are going to have equipped. And for now, we just say, well, we have nothing, like unarmed. Then we have uh, two-handed whip, one hand, whip, and so on. You can write like dagger, staff, and so on. But for now, just leave it like that. And then we're gonna say we need a serialized field that says weapon equals to weapon equals to null. And then we need a serialized field for the transform dot hand, let's see, hand transform, like in the other one. And then we're gonna need a serialized field for the animator. So animator, we call it my animator, that. And then we're gonna remove this for now, so it's easier to follow. Then we're gonna sync var hook, which is the part where it's syncing with the game. Name of, and we haven't made a name yet, so we're just gonna do like that for now. And then we're gonna say public encrypted item and call it encrypt item, like that. And then we're gonna make a void on change equipment, and we're gonna put in equipped item, and we're gonna put in old equipment, old equipped that item, and we're also gonna take in the new equipped item, that item, that, and we're gonna make some brackets, and we take this name and put it up here, because this is the one we want to sing. We want to sing what item are we holding and what item are we going to have. So in here we're gonna start a coroutine, and the reason we do coroutine is because we are going to destroy our other object we have in the hand every time. And then at this, when you destroy an object, it's the last frame. So we need to do a coroutine to make sure that it's away before the new one comes in. So change equipment and new equipped item. That. Let's see. I feel like we need something here. Start coroutine. No, it seems fine. Like that. And then we will make the coroutine. So emulator that. We will call it change equipment. And we will take in the equipped item. And we will also take the new equipped new. Take in this also. Like that. And just saw that it changed the name up here. It needs to be the same, like this. And then we're gonna say, I think we need something. Yeah, sorry. We need a serialized field game object and call it sort joint. We need to find the sort joint at our player. Could also be right hand or whatever you have. Doesn't matter. So while sort joint dot transform dot child count is greater than 0, so we already have something encrypted, we are going to destroy it. But transform, just get child 0 dot game object. So the first one, yield return that. Then we're gonna make a switch, and then we're gonna switch into a new item. We're gonna say case encrypted item dot, call it two-handed sword whip. That. Then we're gonna do the swap. Then we're gonna break. And let's see why it doesn't like me. Have to. We need to write new encrypt item here. We'll put this back. So here at the swap, we need to make the new swap. So we will call it void. Make it private void spawn weapon. And what will we do there? We say if weapon equals to nothing, then just return. You're not going to do anything if you don't have any weapon. And if we have a, maybe we see the animator override controller weapon override. We haven't made that. We will call it weapon override is equal to weapon dot my weapon override, and then weapon dot spawn is gonna be used at the hand transform and my animator like that. And then we also, because we are working on the online part, we need to make update void update, and in there we say if this is not the local player, we need to see this need to be in network behavior. That is not local player, then return so we don't duplicate it and everyone switch weapon when you click. See what can we more do. We need to do a bit more. Maybe actually a good idea to assign a key to to make the swap in the weapon. So if input dot get key down, and we say key code dot set, and encrypted items is not equal to encrypted item dot nothing. See here. This is the wrong one. Not equal to encrypted item nothing. Then we gonna make a command, I think, like this, and say void change encrypted item encrypted item and selected item. And inside that command, I'm a bit sorry that I cannot like explain this part, but I had to look up how to do it in the networking part, so it keeps updating. And this was the only thing I found. I'm not sure what all of it does, but I made it work, so I was like, okay, I will use that. Um, so encrypted item, nothing. That, and it picked the wrong one again. That, and if, oh, I'm not gonna write all that again. Just gonna copy paste it. So if click set, we are going to equip nothing if we're not already there, and if we use the X, we will say, do we have the two-handed whip? And if we don't have that, then give us this two-handed whip. I think that will be all the coding for now. I think in this next video we will do the overriding animations. Um, but for now we do it like this. Then we let it compile. And when we find the prefab, find the player, go in here, we add the change equipment, and then we're gonna fill out all of these, and we have so will be the sword joint, and also gonna take the sword joint here, and the animator will be Maria, and right now it's nothing. So it should work now. Let's see. I found out that we forgot one little sign there, which kind of broke the entire game for us. So now it should work when we hit the play and hosts, and we can see our weapon. We can take it away. So let's test if we can use it in our multiplayer setting. This is always a bit interesting. So it's opening up here, host, and put him over here a bit. Client, see that, and then we, yes, and now they both have. So it works perfectly.